Good evening. We present the news summary. The Ministry of Health says that as of yesterday, 13,163 people had already taken the COVID-19 vaccine. The ICCS Center received more people, 2,287 in all, followed by the Yellow Roof building at the Ministry of Health with 2,075 and the Ansoyal District Administration Center 2,018. The total number of registered COVID-19 cases in the country is 844. The figure was provided by the Public Health Commissioner, Dr. Judy Gedeon, in a press conference which ended, in a press conference which was held this afternoon. Dr. Gedeon said statistics was showing a downward trend in the number of cases.
And when we look at the trend, we find that apart from this second peak here, which corresponds to the surge in the number of seafarers, the trend is mostly a downward trend. However, we have noticed that people are putting their guard down, especially over the weekend, not taking enough. They're letting their preventive measures, they're not taking enough preventive measures as you see during the week. So this should not happen because the outbreak is far from over. We don't know how many more weeks it will take. If come 28th of January we find that the outbreak is not under adequate control, we may have to extend the restriction measures, and we hope we don't have to increase the restrictive measures. The youngsters are most affected because maybe they are circulating more. That does not mean that children are not getting infected. We think that they are mostly remaining asymptomatic. And same for the elderly. In terms of vaccination, so far we have done just over 13,000 doses of the first dose of the vaccine. It's important that people understand that the vaccination does not give you immediate protection. You start getting protection after the second dose, and the maximum protection is after 2 weeks of the second dose. The vaccine, however, does prevent you from getting severe illnesses or getting critical illness. We would encourage as many people as possible to come forward for the vaccine. We'll make it as easy as possible. The more people we vaccinate, the higher our herd immunity, the easier it will be to break chains of transmission. We are aiming for a target of at least 60% of the general population, but we know that presently there's no vaccine for the under 18. So this is why when we account for the adult population, it may be about 70,000. So we may have to target the whole population to be vaccinated, including the GOV holders, for us to achieve adequate herd immunity. However, we are aiming for higher immunity level in key areas like in the tourism industry, those working at the port, at the fishing port, at the airport. In fact, in some places, we already achieved more than 70% for the first dose. So in key areas, we want to achieve high level of immunization so that they are better protected and spread does not happen in that community.
More companies are coming forward to contribute towards the COVID Relief Fund. Today, 9 companies presented their checks ranging from 100,000 up to 1 million rupees. In addition, a donation of more than 200,000 rupees was made for the purchase of syringes to administer the COVID-19 vaccines.
The purchase of 100,000 syringes has been financed by a local fishing processing company. The company JHL made a donation of 225,000 rupees this morning at State House, which will go towards the purchase. Another 4 million rupees has been donated to the COVID Relief Fund this morning. This was through 9 different organizations. H-Savvy Insurance, My Shipping, and Seychelles Football Federation all donated 1 million rupees. The Ramani Group a total of 300,000 rupees. All Weather Builders donated 200,000 rupees. Adam Musa, Nola Boutique, and Bestway Company each donated 100,000 rupees. As for KW Investment, they made a donation of $10,000 converted to more than 200,000 rupees.
Although it's a global company, our head office is in Seychelles, we're licensed in Seychelles, and as a result, the owners felt that we should make a contribution back to the economy, especially in a situation like this where the government needs funds to sort out the COVID problem. And as a result, we have invested, we've provided government a donation of $10,000 towards the COVID relief fund today. And we've promised to provide more over time, if need be, as a company, to support the work of the COVID relief fund.
The vehicle testing station says it has recorded a large increase in the number of clients calling to the station to have their vehicle tested before the licensing authority can certify whether they are roadworthy or not. This comes at a time when COVID-19 restrictions are in place and the opening hours of the station has been reduced. At the same time, the facility has to cater for people who have appointments as well as walk-in clients.
The problem is that even if we are open, the licensing authority closes around noon. People tend to come early for them to get the chance for them to do the process, the payment of their license, because we cater for license for, okay, you do the test for what on a 1 month period. And means if you do today, you can pay within 1 month. So with the closure of other facilities, people tend to rush to us to have the test, and then especially those who have license expired, for them to pay, for them to be able to use their vehicle on the road. So that's why you see that with all the facilities closing early, force have a very huge impact on our services here.
A 29-year-old man of Grand Ansmaï was transported to the Seychelles hospital this morning after he suffered injuries in an accident at La Misère. He was a passenger in a pickup truck involved in the accident. According to the police, the driver of the pickup truck reported that an SPTC bus had collided with the rear part of his vehicle. This caused him to lose control and collide with an electricity pole. This was a news summary. Thank you for your attention.